Get to Joe Thomas here. After a word from the Home Builders Association, give big with a Home for the Holidays raffle where you have a chance to win a beautiful new custom home or a cash prize this holiday season. And you can make wishes come true for Make-A-Wish kids with critical illnesses. Raffle proceeds benefit Make-A-Wish OKI, which has granted over 22,000 wishes to children facing critical illnesses across Ohio, Kentucky, and Indiana. Since 1983, this year's house is a custom-built ranch by Petros Homes and has 3 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and a 3-car garage. It also includes amazing features like a great room, an unbelievable kitchen, and a mudroom with open lockers. One lucky winner will be announced on December 24th, so get your $100 ticket now. Just visit ahomefortheholidays.org to buy your tickets. That's ahomefortheholidays.org. Terms and conditions apply. Also, if you want to sign up for the newsletter, text 216-435-1590 to get the daily newsletter.
Jared Verse, first-round draft pick, 2024. It's their first-round pick.
Yeah.
Since the
I
trade.
thought you meant 2025.
No. Right. I said after they went through that purgatory, which the Browns did as well, they nailed this guy. That Jared Verse is he's baller, awesome. Man.
Yeah, let's bring in
We
Joe.
got Joe, though.
Hey, Joe. How you doing, Joe? Thanks for joining us.
I'm doing great, guys. It was fun listening to you guys squabble over the Rams.
We love to.
We love to nothing squabble. Else. We squabble.
Yeah. Hey, Joe. I'm curious. We were talking earlier in the show about that 4-game stretch that obviously you were a part of, where Josh Gordon put up almost 800 yards, and one of the greatest 4-week stretches of football ever. And now we're talking about Myles Garrett, 13 sacks in 4 weeks. Like, I don't know how you compare a wide receiver to a defensive end, but like Myles Garrett is just playing at such a crazy level. I don't know how to explain it or like judge it, but you were a teammate, you were a Hall of Famer. You know what great football looks like. What do you make of what Myles Garrett is doing these last 4 weeks?
Well, I still can't believe what I'm seeing when I watch him out there. Actually, I think one of his best rushes of the day came late in the game, and I think either the ball got out or it got blown dead. And I looked over to my wife. I was sitting there next to Annie, and I go, there's nobody on earth who's ever walked the face of the earth that could have stopped that move, because his get off when the ball snaps is perfect. And then he's taking such big steps so quickly, and then he's able to move laterally so he can shake and he can get you to stop your feet in the middle of him running a 4.6 going forward. And then not only is he doing all these things, but then at the point of contact, when you're as a tackle taught to put your hand on the nearest point, he dips down and he turns himself into like a 3-foot-high garden gnome as he's turning the corner. So there's literally zero surface area, even if you could bend down to be able to block that low. And so I'm just looking at watching him on the film, and I just can't even believe what I'm seeing. He's playing at a level that's even higher than he played at when he won Defensive Player of the Year. And it's showing in the numbers. And I'm so happy for him, because the amount of work that he's put in, his willingness to stick around and re-sign in the offseason and play as hard as he possibly can, day in and day out, every single snap, in spite of being on a team that's not winning and an offense that's not playing very well. I think it's a testament to his character. It's a testament to the guys in that defense to be able to figure out how to play at their best and give everything they got in every single play, no matter what the offense is doing or no matter what your record is, and a testament to those coaches on defense. So I think all around, it was a fun game to watch. It was fun to watch Myles, and it's really impossible to think how great Myles Garrett is right now. And I said at the beginning of the season, I said he's the best pass rusher that's ever walked the face of the earth. There was a little bit of pushback, Lawrence Taylor, Reggie White, guys like that. I never won against those guys. Obviously, they came before me, but watching film on them, watching Reggie White when I was growing up, I don't think anybody's done what Myles is doing right now on the football field from the defensive side of the ball.
You know what, Joe? I'm gonna listen. I will take my small claim and victory lap, and because you co-signed, and I'm just gonna. Your cachet said, listen, when you are a Hall of Fame left tackle, right, and you are one of the top 5 to ever walk the face of the planet at your own position, and then you go against a guy like Myles Garrett, it's like. Sometimes, in good gracious, I don't even like to call myself a defensive end compared to what Myles Garrett is doing. Sometimes it's wild that you see him do it, and you're like, nah, man, nah, you can't do that. Like that's a cheat code. And for you to say it, like when I'm saying Reggie White or there's obviously Lawrence Taylor, but I'm like, no, he got it. He just got it for me, man. I mean, is it when you went against him? Was there a point in time where you were like, oh yeah, this guy gonna be special?
Yeah, like the first rep I had against him because he's so big and so strong. But the way he bends, you know, a lot of guys have been his size, and there's been a few guys who've been his size and his speed. But nobody's been his size, his speed, with his ability to bend all the way from his ankles through his knees and hips. And then the way he can dislocate his lower body from his upper body and turn that corner. It's something we've never seen in this game. It's so difficult because he puts together the power. I mean, we saw it on display last week when he took the right tackle for the Ravens. He just threw a 310-pound man down like a cheap suit and went, and then sacked the quarterback. I mean, he just does that consistently. And as an offensive tackle, when I think about who are the guys that I hated going against the most, it was guys that were powerful, right? So you kind of had to dig your heels in. You had to sit down and be ready for their power rush. And then guys that also had that speed. And he's got that combination at a 99 out of 100 level for both of those things. And it just makes him impossible to block because there's nothing you can try to force him to do and take away maybe what he does best because he does everything the best. There's nothing you can take away, and you're just out there trying to play basketball against a LeBron James that's 7'3". Like there's literally no chance for the guys that go against him unless they double or triple team him.
Joe, we started by grading Shadur Sanders. What grade would you give him for yesterday?
You know, that's a tough one because, you know, the grading scale for a rookie in his first start is going to be obviously a sliding scale.
We use
not
that
going to be the same
scale.
as if
Yeah.
Right.
All right. So I would say an A. I mean, because
Nice.
when I looked at what I wanted to see from him in his first start, I wanted to make sure that he wasn't taking sacks. He wasn't just backing up if he didn't really have a clear idea of where the ball was supposed to go. He was throwing the ball away instead of taking sacks. He was making some of those off-schedule plays as he's rolling out of the pocket. And I thought he did all of those things in spades. He stayed calm. He hit big plays down the field. And so he showed significant growth from what we saw not only in college and preseason, but what we saw 2 weeks ago against the Ravens. He opened up this offense to be able to push the ball down the field, to give us some of those easy completions, to give us more chances to be able to run the football and take some easy stuff. And so I think you got everything you wanted from Shadur Sanders in this game, and I'm so excited. I'm sure they're going to name him the starter this week because there's no reason to go back to Dillon Gabriel because you're getting what you want from Shadur. You're seeing that growth, that progress. And I think if he continues to grow at that level, there's going to be a really hard decision if he's your franchise guy at the end of the season or if you want to use those 2 first-round picks on a quarterback.
How can you – I was saying earlier, Joe, that it feels like he's at his best when he's on the move. But how can you play on the move and within structure? Does that make sense? Like, how can you get him comfortable and get him moving – yet still where it's not just, okay, the play breaks down, everybody go, and I'll make something happen?
Well, I think Tommy Rees did a really good job of doing that, of calling a lot of those rollout plays, of calling those plays. And one of them that I really liked is when you saw the whole offensive line, including the tight ends, it looked like they're almost running like an inside zone to the right. And so they kind of start those steps so you get the defense to start reacting. And then all of a sudden they kind of flip their hips and then blocked so that Shadur could fake the handoff and then do a little half roll to his left. And so now he's rolling out to the left. You saw that time and time again with Tommy Rees where he was trying to give him opportunities to maybe have a little play action and then break contain and get outside the pocket and then give him a read. So it's a structured rollout. And then it does cut the field in half, which makes it a little bit more difficult. A lot of quarterbacks don't like that. But for a young player where you don't want to have him making full field reads, where he's got to look left, look right, and he's got so many things to think about, you just cut the field in half. You give him a half roll or a full rollout, and then it's pretty easy for him. Hey, I'm reading this top down or I'm reading this from the bottom and to the deep route. And so he can easily look and say, oh, we got Isaiah Bond streaking down the sideline. Is he open? No, but you know what he did is he took the safety or he took the corner with him. And so that opens up the middle of the field and maybe that middle is open. If that's not open, I can quickly dump it off. And so it gives him an opportunity to make quick decisions on the move where he's not stuck in the pocket because he's not yet comfortable being in the pocket and stepping up as he's going through his progression. So I thought that Tommy Rees did a great job crafting a game plan for Shadur, and I thought Shadur did a really good job making the necessary improvements and making a big step in the right direction to being a great franchise quarterback.
Joe, hopefully the Browns will make improvements on their offensive line for next season, especially at tackle where they've really struggled. Obviously, it's been a struggle since you retired at left tackle. But I think we've seen flashes of Quinshon Judkins, to me, looking like a special back. But you have the trained eye more than I do, certainly. So what do you see? Is he that kind of special back, or are you not ready to go that far yet?
No, I'm definitely ready to say that Quinshon is a special back. I mean, the way he's able to jump cut and find holes is unique, and it's not something that you can really train guys. That's kind of God-given, having that vision, having that lateral quickness to be able to move and just switch over to a different gap and then explode through that gap. And then when he's out into the open field, he's got speed that I don't think people gave credit for enough when he was coming out in the draft. And then I love how he finishes runs. And the cool thing is when you have a running back that's putting his shoulder down, that's running through tackles, that's dragging tacklers for 2 or 3 yards, it gets the offensive line fired up. And you see those guys running down the field trying to push the pile. And I think it's those little things that, maybe don't show up on the stat sheet very much, but it's what creates a great team. It creates a fun environment where guys are playing for each other. And then when you do those things, you tend to find ways to improve and at all the things that maybe you're not so good at. And it just makes it a fun environment where guys are enjoying playing for each other. They're enjoying playing for the orange and brown. And it's something that you can build off of. And I think, to me, that's what the season was to start with. I don't think anybody thought we were going to win the Super Bowl, but it was like, hey, this is the foundational year where we're building something. We're building a culture. We're building teamwork, togetherness that can hopefully propel us into the future, into some great seasons.
I wanted to get your thoughts on another rookie on the offense, and that's Harold Fannon Jr., who has obviously had a nice season. Give us your thoughts on him.
He's been amazing. I mean, what a steal that guy was in the draft, picking a guy from Bowling Green. He's just been able to do everything. I think he's a solid blocker at the point of attack. He's obviously really good after he catches the football. He's got fantastic hands, and he's become one of the great assets for Shadur Sanders. I mean, how many times did we see quick passes behind the line of scrimmage or at the line of scrimmage, whether they were designed for him or they were things where you said, hey, look deep. If that's not open, just give it to Harold right away, and he's going to make something happen. And I think giving that comfort level of having a guy like him for Shadur, who knows, okay, I may be looking for the big throw down the field, but if not, it's okay. I can quick throw the ball to number 88 right there, and he's going to go make something happen. He's going to give us positive yardage. And so I think he's a quarterback's best friend. He's a rookie's best friend when you got a guy that's reliable like that.
Joe, we talk about it. You're 3-8, but you've played on some teams where, at this point of the year, it's cold outside. You're looking around. It's dark at like 3 o'clock. And you just out here, you just trying to find some things to play for. How important is it to get, we just named a bunch of these rookies, how important is it to get that feeling of, hey, we just went on the road, we won a game, and 6, 7 of these guys that just got drafted, 6 or 7 of these guys.
Sorry.
No, we're doing it. We can't help ourselves.
I got teenagers, man.
Right?
I got teenagers.
And we all know.
They get that feeling like, hey, man, we got to win. Like, this is that important to the young guys and for the mental health of the older guys, because you're putting that work in and this season is not about the playoffs.
It's so important. I think about old guys. They've been around a long time. They know what it's like to bring your lunch pail to work and do your job. Like, it doesn't matter what your record is. It doesn't matter what's happening, whether your coach gets fired or your coach is on the bubble or your coach has a long-term extension and there's players and uncertainty. Like, they know how to just go to work and do their job, and they're professionals. But it's the young guys you worry about the most. And I felt this a little bit on my last 2 years when we were 1-31 for that stretch. Is like, yeah, the old guys, you're not worried about them, but the young guys, by and large, have won at everything they've done their whole life. I mean, if you're a professional football player, you probably played basketball and baseball and you ran track as a kid, and you were probably one of the best athletes in the state. And so your team was probably pretty good. And so you got used to winning, which is great. And you're super competitive. It's important. And it carries through to college. And that's great. But in the NFL, most of the teams are 500. And so when you hear people say you got to learn how to lose or learn how to deal with losing, a lot of fans are like taken aback by it. But the whole point of when people say that, it's like, you need to learn how when you lose, it motivates you and it doesn't discourage you. Because so many guys, when you go on losing stretches or you're out of the playoffs and they feel like, the average fan thinks you got nothing to play for. But as a professional, you got to understand it doesn't matter what your record is, whether it's the first game or the 17th. You got to put forth the same effort and the same preparation And I think what happens sometimes with rookies, they go through this losing and they don't know how to handle it. And they lose that competitive edge. They lose that fire. They lose that willingness to prepare the same way that they did when playoffs were on the line or when they felt like this was a team that you could win. And I think it's really dangerous to have a lot of losing when you are a young player because you could lose that fire and you never learn how to be a professional. So these last few games, especially this one, when you win and you get that winning feeling back, I think it's really, really important for these young guys. And you hope that this propels them to a good stretch of football to finish where there's going to be some teams that are checked out. They're coming into Cleveland, like you mentioned. It's cold, it's snowy. We're in Alaska. It's getting dark at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you got to learn how to play when you're miserable, when the team's miserable, when everybody hates you, when the weather's terrible. Like, it doesn't matter in the NFL. You always got to do your job, and you want to see the Browns pull together as a team down the stretch and beat up on some of these teams that have already mailed it in.
Joe, before we let you go, does Myles break the single-season sack record?
I think he does. I think it's going to be really tough from here on out, though, because, teams are idiotic if they're not blocking him with 2 and 3 dudes every single time. But hey, we saw it against the Raiders. There's offensive coordinators who've hit their head in the game at some point, and they're trying to man up their offensive tackle against Myles. So I definitely think he's going to get, what does he need, 5 more to get that record?
Yeah,
5.5. I think he's definitely going to get that, and I think he might blow past it. He's just playing at such an elite level, and he's so motivated to get that record. And the cool thing is he's got enough other good players in that defensive line that are calling attention from the blocking concepts and from the offenses that they can't just turn everybody to Myles and let everybody else one-on-one. And so he's getting a few more one-on-ones than maybe he has in past years because he does have those other dominant guys around him on the defensive line.
All right. Joe,
great
thanks,
stuff,
man.
Joe.
Always great to see you.
Thank you,
Happy
Joe.
Thanksgiving to you and your family.
Hey, you guys as well. Thanks for having me on. You guys got to check out our Cleveland collection on HallOfFameBeef.com. It's the ultimate holiday gift for anybody. It's all Cleveland products. It's my Hall of Fame beef in there. We got autographs from me and Stipe Miocic. We've got all Cleveland coffee. Of course, the Hall of Fame beef, like I mentioned. We got a cool collab with Stadium Mustard doing a summer sausage. And it's all sorts of good stuff for anybody that's a Cleveland fan, anybody from Northeast Ohio, and you're looking for that easy button gift that you don't have to hang on the wall or find a place in your shelf. Just find a place in your refrigerator, and you're going to be the hero of Christmas.
Can I buy that hat on your site? That hat is fire.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I saw that early.
Yeah, get there.
We're going to make some more, and I'll get you guys one. We are
love that
unfortunately
hat.
sold out of the hats, but I do love this hat. I'm going to get you guys one.
It's
Hey,
a
Joe,
great
note
design.
right now.
Great design.
Joe did send us the second care package, which I
Yes.
shared with you guys
Oh,
last
hey,
time.
Joe's meat is legit. Let me tell you now. Mike shared it.
Wow.
It is. It is.
Cut
It
that up.
was.
Put that on social, baby.
Wild.
Joe, real quick.
David Lloyd says Joe's meat is legit.
Real quick
That's-
before
Hey,
you
you heard it
go.
here, man.
delicious.
Joe, I'm doing prime rib instead of turkey for Thanksgiving. Approve or disapprove?
Oh, absolutely. Actually, I just got the approval from the wife. It was like the best day of the year so far. She just called me today and said, "Hey, honey, what do you think about having some Hall of Fame beef for Thanksgiving? We'll still do the turkey.
That's
you know,
right.
the picture. But nobody really wants to eat turkey. Let's be honest.
That's
They
right.
want some beef.
Yeah, I love it.
I
Turkey steak.
totally
Wait.
wholeheartedly vote in favor
Beef
of that.
tenderloin.
Thank you, Joe. I
Joe,
got the
Joe, how
approval.
much of a rush are you in? Do you have 1 minute?
Sure, I got time.
I just texted you a video. We tweeted this out from the UCS account. I don't know if you ever saw it, but this is when I handed out the Hall of Fame beef products to the guys on the side. I just texted it to you.
Yeah.
It's going
Okay.
through right now. I would love a live reaction to you watching
Well,
this.
you got to show the
promo.
video. No one
Oh,
else
here we
will
go.
know.
It's
I
on
got
our
it.
social page, but I just want to see Joe
I've never seen
live reaction to this. Joe, please take a look at that. Just texted it to you.
This is crazy. I got to look and see what I did.
I'm watching it now. Oh, you guys look great. Well dressed. Oh, the crowd goes wild.
Boom goes the
Oh, he's always
dynamite.
wanted my meat. more people are looking for my meat.
This is
Wow,
wild.
those are some happy customers.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That meat was That's
No,
crazy.
Joe, true story. I texted Mike at home one night and was like, "This is spectacular." I had it in the fridge, heated it up. It was phenomenal.
Wow, that's incredible.
No, it's
See?
good.
We thought he only knew cheese, but he knows meat even better than cheese.
Man,
There you go.
That's
He's a
right.
man.
Meat,
Man of
beer,
many
and then
talents.
cheese is my
Nothing like
third
having Joe's
known.
meat in your hand.
Joe, you're the man.
Thanks, Joe.
All right,
Joe,
thanks
you're
for
the
having me,
best.
guys.
Thank you, Joe.